This is driving me crazy, guys. So let's see if we can figure it out. Don't know if you'll be able to get over here. They changed this whole shit up. Doesn't seem to be working. Oh, it is working. I got it. Dakota, Sean, what's up? This shit is super late. A lot of latency going on. So just be careful. I was about to say be careful. Be patient because I'm saying your stuff and you're seeing me way after I say it. Justin, what up? Yes, it's only taken forever. What's up, Brad? Ariel, what's up? Sean and Justin. This was very difficult and very annoying to figure out. For some reason, YouTube decided to stop being a streaming website. Happy Saturday, Brad. Which is really stupid. Why would you do that, YouTube? You've been doing it this whole time. Why stop now? But they had to. So now I had to go download some software. So I'm going through like 3 different places just to get to Patreon, dude. It's really annoying. What's up, Sandra? No problem, guys. Of course, I mean, it's an honor to take time out of the day to talk to you guys. I got my dirty chai today. You know I'm feeling good if I'm drinking a little bit of espresso in my chai. So that is a magical, happy thing. Dude, it's been so long since we did a chat. Obviously, you guys know why I haven't done a chat in so long. Plenty of good reasons on my part, but I'm on the up and up, you might call it. So now, the most important thing on the docket for me is this trunk sale that I'm about to do in about 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now. So all my California people, Nevada people, any nearby driving distance people that are in the Crow fam, obviously you guys, I hope you show up to this trunk sale. I know a lot of you can't, but I've been doing these for a long time now. I guess the first one I did was around 2010. So this is the 9th year that I've done them, although I haven't done one in 2 years. So I'm very excited to do this. It's really cool because people get to show up in person. I just get to like sign shit, take pictures, meet kids, grandmas, brothers, sisters, uncles. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a good one. I got a lot of good shit for sale for that, man. That being said, for everybody that's a part of the Crow fam that can't make it to the trunk sale, you know I'm going to give you guys first dibs at whatever's not purchased. So all the leftover stuff that's not purchased that day, I will make available to you guys. And then if you guys don't want it, then I'll put it up for the rest of the world. So you guys will get a shot at that first, man. I wish you guys could come, man. You too, Ariel, man. I wish all of you could come. But it's definitely a special thing for Cali folks, especially LA folks, because it's within driving distance of my house. Used to be around the corner from my house, but where I used to do it with the original trunk sale was literally out of the trunk in the driveway of the sober living that I went through and got clean at and lived at. But they turned that sober living, which is just a sober living is not a rehab for people that don't know. Sober living is just a clean living house where there are curfews and rules and restrictions, and people are watched out for and taken to meetings and are required to get jobs and do all that stuff. But they converted the sober living into the rehab. So now you got people coming in that are trying to get clean in the very beginning. So couldn't have the trunk sale in the driveway of that place anymore. So then 2 years ago, the last one I did was at an actual storefront. So it turned into like a legit little pop-up shop. So it's been taken to the next level. The last time I did it was really dope, and this time it's going to be even next level. So I'm looking forward to that, man. I got a lot of cool shit, and I'm happy to have all of you that will be able to come be there. And I'm sorry for everyone else that can't make it, but hey, if there's anybody on YouTube right now, if you guys can go back and check on Patreon, make sure there's not any new people that are just kind of like chatting away to themselves, and maybe you can help get them over here. You don't have to, but if a couple of you want to do that, that would be cool. So where are we at? This is like the check-in moment. This is where we check in with each other. Where am I at this point? What's going on with all the new music? Well, I played shit for you guys the last couple chats, and obviously everything's been put on pause for the last 4 months, which is probably a good thing because I haven't incessantly been listening to all the music that I have made in the last year over and over and getting tired of shit. So now when I get back to it and start editing Grand Tapestry, finishing up the G&E, finishing this other solo album that I have, I'll have fresh ears. It won't be like, my ears won't be tired from listening to all this shit, which is a very positive thing because now I'll be able to hear things with a new light, and it'll make the songs that much better when I'm done with them. So I'm looking forward to that. I feel like 2020 is going to be a big year for me as far as releases, because this year sure was not. This year was a struggle year. This year was a growth spurt year, spiritual growth year. Those years come and they happen, and I'm grateful when they're over, to be honest. I'm not 100% recovered from this nerve trauma that I experienced, which is the whole cause of everything I've been dealing with. And I might not be for an entire year. But after doing this show in Houston and getting up on that stage with Grand Tapestry on a big ass stage where I'm like running around from the side to the front and then feeling as strong as ever on stage, I realized that I don't need to be 100% to do what I do at a high level and travel and do my thing. So now I've been reaching out to people, promoters, people that book shows, trying to get some shows set up for myself, whether they're little, 200-person shithole venues that smell like piss and beer. I don't really care. I just want to get out there and start getting active and see some of you guys on the road, hopefully. So we're going to get that going. Hopefully in January, I'm going to start doing shows, even before I put out new music. Talking spot dates. I don't want to do any big, long tours when I don't have new music out. So we'll wait for new music before we do that. Sarah, what up? Mike and Sarah from Whittier. Hey, let's get a check-in, man. All you guys, where are you at? Where are you hitting us from? Where are you chatting from? Throw your city out there. Let's hear it. Roll call. Roll call. Kauai in the house. One of my favorite spots. Oh shit, Ariel, you're in Cincinnati. Dope. Cincinnati in the house. Let's see. Gandalf's Trunk Machine 4. San Jose. Oh shit. Oh, you're in Sunland? Triz, you're in Sunland? Tahoe area. We got Toronto, Canada in the house. Wow, Natalie, you're in Toronto. I did not know that. We got Auburn, Cali. Brad, you better come to the trunk sale then, brother. And Triz, I know you can't come, but hopefully Chris will be there. And what else we got? Whittier, Sarah, you and Mike definitely got to come to the trunk sale. You were close. We got San Jose, even Sean. I'd be like, dude, just take a weekend getaway. Take a one-day trip, drive down, get to the sale, hang out, go have some dinner, drive back to San Ho. Come on, bro. I'll make it worth it, man. I'll make it worth it for all you. We got Rosemead, still chilling. You better be at the trunk sale. Kevin, what up, my bro? Been talking to you on email lately. Amy, Straya? This is what I see, Amy, when I see that. I see Straya Mate. or Straya, mate. Straya, mate. Okay, wait. That's how it's supposed to be said, I think. Kirk, where is Sandpoint? I don't know where that is. Bryce, Vacaville, come through, Bryce, on the 23rd. Dakota in Sacktown, that's far, but it's not far enough. You got to make it on the 23rd. Sarah, okay, good. And you're bringing the kids. I love it. Everybody bring your kids. Yes, Brad, do your best, bro. I promise I'll make it worth it. Yes, Amy, I get it now. Straya, mate. Oh, shit. And, oh, Sandra, I knew you're in Cleveland. Duh. Wait a minute. Sandra, you're in Cleveland. Let me back up. And we got Ariel in Cincinnati. We got 2 Ohios in the house, man. That's amazing. Hope everything's well with you, Sandra. I'm playing in the background this Gandalf's Trunk Machine 4. That's another special thing that I've been doing for the last 4 of these trunk sales, which is make an entire instrumental album, burn them myself. There's more than one of me. Burn them myself. And like, when else do I get to burn CDs anymore? And sign them and get them ready for the trunk sale. There's only 100. I make them just for the people that show up. And they're not even for sale, guys. Like, anybody who shows up gets one of those, just off the bat. For you guys, though, my Patreon fam, especially my people in Ohio and Hawaii and people that are not going to make it, obviously, you know I'm not going to leave you hanging, man. I will upload this album for you guys probably a couple days after the sale, okay? You know I got you. You know I love you guys. It's 16 tracks this year. It's 50-something minutes. It's the longest one I've made. And you know I'm going to hook my Patreon people up with this album no matter what. But you're not going to get a physical one unless you come through. That's the truth. But no one else is going to even get it digitally except you guys, because you deserve it. Sandpoint is in northern Idaho. Oh, dope. You got a lake and mountains in your own backyard. Kirk, you are blessed and lucky. That's dope. Dakota, I'll be looking for you, bro. Sean, the shit is fire, bruh. Listen to this shit. It's banging. Jennifer, what's up, Jennifer? Where are you hailing out of? What city are you in? Oh, Sophie in Denver. Shout out to CO, Colorado, my second home. Actually, I think Hawaii is my second home now. Maui and Kauai. Denver would be third. Jennifer from Philly. What? I love it. We got Philly in the house. Man, you guys are checking in from all over the place today. This is fantastic. Jennifer, summer never ends in LA. So like it's still hot out here. It's 90 degrees at my house. Aloha, what's up, my bro Jesse checking in A-OK all day from Kauai. That's my dude. You guys A-OK in the chat. His name is Jesse. He's my buddy, and he has a small label, A-OK all day, out of Kauai, which one of my solo albums is coming out on his label when it's time. Really excited about that. We're both underground independent heads, and it's all about supporting each other, and putting shit out on his label is something that I think is a positive move for me and for him. So, sorry, Sandra. I'm not rubbing it in. Hey, it's fall. Like, I'm into the seasonal changes. I like Christmas and Thanksgiving to be cold. I don't want it to be fucking 90 degrees. I want to eat my turkey and be bundled up watching football. I don't want to be in the fucking shorts, sweating and tired. Like, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'd rather it be 90 degrees than fucking negative 10. Bryce, see, you feel me, dude. Yuck, bring on the winter. See? Natalie's, it snowed yesterday. Not cool. It's cool when it's Thanksgiving, though. You don't agree? Yes. And Jennifer, I agree. Jennifer meant this, bring on the summer with this beat. I agree. And maybe that's what, and this one I just made like 2 weeks ago. I just made this beat. And maybe that represents the fact that I came home from this Houston trip feeling invigorated, feeling all that anxiety that I was carrying has washed away, and a beat like this was made. So that totally makes sense that it feels like summer, because that's what it feels like to me. Like I just came through some darkness and feeling better. Sarah is asking, why aren't you going to be at the Grouch Stole Christmas? It's because, Sarah, I'm not on that tour. It's a These Hands tour, Merce and Grouch, which is going to be super fun. I'm not going to sit here and say I wish I was. Let's say that I wish I was on this tour, because at this point I feel good. Like I feel healthy enough to do it, so I would have been gung-ho about being on it. But the tour, here's the thing. The tour is, you put me on that tour and try and make money on a tour for Grouch, Merce, and me, it's really hard to make money on these small tours. And not to say touring is all about money, but it kind of is, guys. Like, out of everything I do, touring is the hardest part. Touring is the most stressful part. Touring is the most energy-burning, time-consuming, hard part of this life. I don't enjoy it. Neither does Grouch. Neither does Merce. We do this shit to get in front of you and be on stage, which is the best part. But everything surrounding that, including the travel, especially the travel, is hard. And it's hard for Merce to be away from his babies. You got to make money or it's not worth it. So they wanted to do it very economically viable. So bringing me would have not been economically viable. You know what I mean? I wish I could have gone though. But even when they were putting this tour together, I was in such a bad place health-wise that I didn't even want to think about going on tour. I was like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to function right again. Thank God I'm at the point where I wish I was on the tour, but I won't be on this tour. But of course, you better be there. Support Grouch and Merce. The album is dope. If you guys haven't listened to These Hands yet, go check it out, because I got a beat on there on a song called, what's the song called? Born and Raised. I did that song. Thank you, Brad. Okay, here we go. This is my favorite part of this chat. Let's go with the questions, guys. Come with some questions. They could be as personal as you want them to be. They can be about living legends. They could be about why is the sky blue. They could be about anything you want, man. Hit me with some questions. Let's go. I'm here for you. I'm here for you today. Meanwhile, I'm gonna bump this beat. Jennifer, what's your favorite moment from this last week? What a question. What is my favorite moment from this last week? You know what? I made a fantasy football trade. The first trade I've made all year long. If you have no idea about fantasy football, this will make absolutely no sense. But I'm a trading dude. I love making trades. I'm obsessed with fantasy football. Little known fact to some of you, I know every single player on every single fucking team in the NFL. I'm fucking nuts. I finally made a trade this week, and it was a good one. So that was my favorite thing about this week. Sounds so stupid, but it means a lot to me. Okay, Jesse, what's up with Grand Tapestry? I'll tell you what's up, Jesse. At this point, it's just about opening up the folder with all the Pro Tools sessions and beginning the meticulous editing and sequencing of this album. Why is it so meticulous? Because there's a lot of live instrumentation with a lot of takes. So I sit there and I go to, one line of Alam Sarod, and I start playing through takes, and I say, ooh, I like that part. Ooh, I like this part. This part is kind of off. Go to another take. This works. It's like picking pieces and parts and takes and getting all those, and then going through and sequencing the song. So, hey, I want to drop the Sarod right here. Hey, I think we should take the drums out here, bring the tabla up, or mute these vocals. It's a lot of meticulous shit that needs to be done in that regard. That's what's going on with Grand Tapestry at this point. Bryce said, you stated on One Mantra Monday, you visioned a ball of light, God care. Oh, God care. You envision a ball of light, God. Care to elaborate? I can't remember what I said in that Mantra Monday, though, Bryce. Like, what was I talking about as far as envisioning a ball of light? You got to refresh my memory because there's so many ways that can go for me. Sarah, what is your favorite atmosphere song other than the one you are featured in? That's not fair, Sarah. Okay, you just asked a good question. Because why? Because you will find out that I have not been a big atmosphere listener over the years. Don't kill me. How is that possible? Because Slug is one of my good friends, and I fucking love that guy and admire him and am inspired by him and think he's one of the most powerful, energetic beings that I've been around. But yet, I don't listen to his music? How is that possible? It just is what it is. I never really bumped atmosphere stuff. But I will tell you this. Yeah, serious, Triz. But I will tell you this. One of my favorite albums of his is When Life Gives You Lemons. That album, when I listened to it, I was like, wow, I really dug that album on the whole level, like from start to finish. I didn't bump a lot of the older shit. I just didn't. It sounds so strange to say. And I bet you, if you ask Slug, what's your favorite Eligh song? He would say the same fucking thing. I guarantee it. And I'm not mad at that at all. Because I love that dude for different reasons. I became a fan of him and his music more after I met him and became friends with him. Then I really started liking his shit more. Before that, I wasn't really into his shit. I think we make pretty different stuff, actually. If you really look at it. Like the way he raps and I rap, totally fucking different. And I always respected him. I was never like, man, fuck them, they're whack or whatever. It just wasn't like that. It was just like, I don't really, like, yeah, they're doing their thing. I'm just not into it that much. Always dug Ant's production and got into Slug after I became friends with him. That's the truth. So when Life Gave You Lemons, that was the pinnacle of me being like, this is dope. Like, I really like that album. Sean, do you know what happened to the Oakland Vibes Festival? It was at the Oakland Shipyard. That was the last time I saw G&E. I was looking forward to year 2, but it disappeared. I have no idea. I don't even know what festival that was, to be honest. I can't remember You could tell me a name of a show I've done, I will not remember that shit unless it was like, paid dues or something special like that. I don't remember any of those shows. If it was probably a janky festival. That's probably why it didn't happen again. The real affluence. Would you ever hang out with one of the fam for a day? Of course I would. Of course I would. That's why I've been hoping we can get to 1,000 patrons so we can do this live show. So I can hang out with you guys at that. But if you mean just hang out, go out to dinner, do normal shit, of course I would. You even give me an idea of possibly doing that in LA where we have a hangout. Could happen. What? Ariel asks, who do you listen to regularly? Here's another one. Good question. Who do I listen to regularly? Because I have not been listening to anything regularly lately. Why is that? Number one, because of how I've been feeling, like listening to music, and it kind of goes hand in hand with my vision being weird and not drawing and not playing a lot of stuff, because my sensory perception is often weird. But I haven't been in the mood to bump a lot of shit lately. Like, I've been checking in when new shit comes out, but I really haven't been listening to a lot of music, including my own, which is cool to me, because once I start getting invigorated and start listening again, I'm gonna get inspired and shit's gonna start dumping out of me. Sarah, you and Slug are my two favorites, so different though, for sure. Exactly. Brad, other than your home states, California and Hawaii, what are some of your favorite places to travel? Well, you took Hawaii away, so Paris, I love. London, I love. Japan, top of the list. Haven't been there in years and years. My wife and I have been talking about taking a vacation to Japan. I cannot wait to do that. Australia I enjoyed, but it's not like top of the list. Africa was amazing. South Africa. But Hawaii's one of my favorites, dude, just period. Bryce, I manifest true power to own and live in this new space. I manifest filling that space with love. I manifest a big glowing ball of God to fill that space. Okay, Bryce, thank you for quoting that. When I was saying I manifest a big glowing ball of God to fill that space, God is love at its core to me. God is everything. God is the opposite of depression, anxiety, empty, self-loathing. God is the opposite of regret, shame, guilt. And if I empty myself of all those feelings, sometimes it leaves a hole that me as an addict, I try to stuff it with other shit that makes me feel good. Stuff it with gambling, stuff it with sex, stuff it with shopping, buying shoes. Instead, I'd like to stuff it with that glowing ball of love and what I would call God and spiritual energy, which can hopefully radiate to everyone that I'm around. Filling up the space with that energy, I couldn't think of anything better. Nothing better to make you a stronger human being and the strongest version of yourself. So that's what I meant by that. Nestor, what's up, man? You must have just joined. Are you touring with Groucho Mercer this season? I am not. I wish I was, but just not financially work. And also, when they were forming the tour, I was not in a place of health that had me thinking I could even attempt to go on tour at this point. So no, I'm not going to be on that tour, but it's going to be bomb and you should go. Anyway, Zach, how did you team up with Grand Tapestry? Such a unique sound. Can't wait for the next project. A lot of you have heard this already, but I'm going to tell Zach. Alam Khan, who plays the Sarod, he grew up listening to my shit, was a big fan of mine. He came to a Grey Crow release party years ago where I performed it for the first time. I came out in the crowd afterwards. I met him. He told me what he did, who his dad was. I was amazed off the bat. He's like, we should make a song together. I said, hell yeah, we should. And that's how it started. We got together in LA, wrote that song together. And from there, we were like, I don't think one song is enough. We need to take this further. I think we should make a full album. And the rest is history. Hopefully, the history gets better and better. That was a big You guys got any more questions? Oh, wait. Hey, okay, your verse on the Epic Beardman track Crumbs in Every Bag is sick as fuck. How did the feature with Sage Francis come about? And would you work with him again? Sage is another sort of close example to Slug. I actually got to know them both on the same tour, which was the Paid Dues tour, where 2008, 7? I can't remember. The big Paid Dues tour where we all traveled together all over the place. One of the most fun tours ever. And I got to know Sage Francis on that tour. We would get together whenever there was a ping pong table around, which for some reason there was multiple ping pong tables on that tour, and we would go at it on the ping pong table, and we would play poker in somebody's hotel room every couple days. One night, I played poker in Slug's hotel room. It was Slug, Sage Francis, me, one of the sound men, one of, I can't remember, somebody else, and we played poker together, and that's how I got to know Slug and Sage on that tour extra well, which was great. That was before Boom, so by the time Slug jumped on Boom, I got to know him pretty well, and after that, we were, doing. He jumped on the album I did with my mom, and we just became friends after that, man. So that's how I got to know Sage, and I would work with him again. I mean, we just did the Crumbs in Every Bag, which is cool for them to ask me to jump on something. I was never a fan of Sage before I met him. I became a fan of his after getting to know him and liking the dude and respecting him, especially with seeing him perform live. I was like, this dude is crazy off the hook. I love his energy. But before that, I wasn't a fan of Sage Francis. It's cool to get to know some of these dudes and you become fans of their work. Jen, Eligh, just became a patron, and I am so thankful I did. Getting to hear the side. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Sarah, you and your girl should come to the Santa Ana show. You guys, at this point, 23 years in, I don't go to these shows if I'm not performing. I just have no desire to. Although it would be fun to watch them do their thing, I just don't like hanging out at shows anymore. I'm over it. I'm really, to be honest with you. Sarah said, oh wait, Real Effluence, are you doing beat making session? Are you still doing beat making session videos? I haven't. I only did like one or two, and here's why I don't. Because uploading them to YouTube afterwards is like impossibly long. Like it takes fucking forever. The way all this shit is set up is so janky. I should do some more. Just stream them randomly on Patreon when I'm doing it, and whoever's there can watch. But they just won't upload, and I should just not upload them. Just do them as a stream, and then once it stops, it's just over. You can't go back and rewatch it. Maybe I'll do that. Sarah, any plans for a 3MG tour in the future? Love the dreads. If we ever do a 3MG tour, that would mean that we have new 3MG music, and that is not out of the question, by the way. I told the story that Merce Scarab and I had lunch for the first time about 6 months ago in years, and we talked about the concept of a new 3MG album. So that shit's on the table. It's on the table for real, and I don't know when it's going to happen. It will happen when the time is right, and when it does happen, I'm looking forward to it because I always love what we make together. I bought the wrong ticket for the Groucho Christmas tour. Got it for LA when I meant to get it for Colorado. Nestor, I'm sure you can get that shit worked out, bro. It should be no problem. What is your favorite part when you're creating your art pieces? Is there a medium you've always wanted to explore? Kirk, probably my favorite part of drawing is the coloring and pen and the coloring end of it. So once I get the lines drawn and then I get the black ink on it and it's down, then I start coloring, and that's probably my favorite part. Um, as far as a new medium I've wanted to explore, it's been paint, and I started exploring just in the last 2 months. I've never painted. I don't know how to use. I'm not a painter. I couldn't do anything near like I do with pen and pencil and marker with paintbrush. And all my paintings so far are very, very, very abstract and simple. And unless I start getting some lessons, they'll probably always be kind of wild like that. So a lot of my first paintings ever will actually be at this trunk sale on the 23rd. I have a bunch of paintings that I've been doing, and some of these new ideas that I just came up with, doing these wild colors and then doing lyric pieces over the paintings. So they're like lyric paintings. So I have a bunch of those at the trunk sale too. So yeah, man, it's been fun experimenting with paint. Ever thought of doing a live paint color sesh Bob Ross style on here? Oh, I wouldn't mind it, but I always feel like nervous. I would feel nervous drawing or painting live. Like I would want it to be good so bad that I would be embarrassed if it was just half-ass or like not that good. So it kind of makes me feel funny painting or drawing on camera. I'm more comfortable making a beat because I kind of fall into the beat and I'm not tripping if anyone's watching. Zach says, do you ever use spray paint as a medium? I never have, Zach. And that would be another medium would be fun for me to experiment with, but I would be terrible because I've never touched a spray can. When I did, I was like a kid, and I never practiced enough to get good at it. Thank you, Sean. Sean was saying that lyric painting that I posted was clean as fuck. Thank you, bro. I hope people really dig it. And if you checked out the lyric piece that I posted on Instagram, you can see that I asked people to give me some choruses or pieces of verses that you guys would be interested in buying if I made one. And I got a lot of good ones on here. I was wondering if you guys had like, if I did a lyric painting like the one I posted on Instagram. They're about 11 by 14, and I have one in here. And I can't fit a whole verse on one of these, but I could do like I did when I'm a dad chorus on this one that I did. So what would you guys want to see on one of these paintings? I'm curious. Somebody gave me a piece of a Grouch verse. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing other people's shit. That just feels funny. Somebody said part of the ever after verse. That's cool. I like that idea. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Nestor said, I've been having trouble logging in the Dropbox to download Grand Tapestry. Is another way down that album. So anxious to hear it. Nestor, I'm not sure. Dropbox is one of the only ways we have available to do this kind of stuff on Patreon. So it might be your best bet to do it there. Sorry, dude. Like, Patreon is still not perfect, dude. They still have a lot of bugs that they should fix, man. And also, float last verse. I like that, Sadie. And hello, Sadie. I see you. That's a good call. I love Bob Ross, by the way, guys. That guy was a gem. Watching his videos is so calm and just calming and like seeing the ill shit he could do with one swipe of the brush. Oh yeah, look at this tree. Oh, that's nice. I like this tree. Oh, let's do this over here. Oh, this mountain is it's very calming mountain. I like this mountain. Do you like this mountain? I like this mountain. Oh, let's put a little bird here flying out. There's a little bird. Oh, I like this bird. Hey, let's do it. I'm like, dude, this is the greatest guy ever. I wish he was my uncle. Let's see. Bryce, have you ever explored isolation tanks? I never have, and I've been wanting to. And my wife just did one for the first time, and she loved it. And actually, she did a float tank. Is that the same thing as an isolation tank? Because I really want to try a float tank, for sure. See, Sadie, I couldn't think of a better use of Bob Ross videos than while you're getting tattooed. Because you're watching this guy so calm and so, just chilling and happy, and yeah, look at this, and you're and the shit's painful, and you're like trying to get out of the pain. That's a fucking fantastic idea. Some guys like to listen to heavy metal. I think Bob Ross might be a better move, dudes. I wanna this is one of my favorite beats on here because it reminds me of, I don't know, just classic shit that I would sample. Listen to this one. Your ears off. I like that beat though. If you're wondering what that was, those who just joined, that is Gandalf's Trunk Machine 4, which I will have at my trunk sale on the 23rd. And I expect all my Cali people and those in driving distance to be there, or I will be very sad. And it's 16 tracks and 53 minutes long. It's the longest one I've made so far. And as I told everybody earlier, if you live in Hawaii or Denver or Australia or fucking somewhere where it's impossible to get to my trunk sale, do not fret, because you are a Patreon family and I take care of my fam, and I will upload this like a day or two after the trunk sale and you guys will have it. Of course you will. I'm not going to leave you hanging, man. All right, let's check it. Hey, Sadie. Congratulations, my friend Sadie. She said, I've not smoked weed for over a month now. That's me totally sober for the first time since I was 14. Yes. Good shit. Take see how it feels to feel everything. And, I get in arguments with people about weed all the time who like to tell me, weed's not a drug, man. Weed's medicine, And I'm not going to ever sit and argue with my weed head family about weed, because if I could smoke weed, I would. I just can't. I'm just not, the way my brain works, I can't do anything just a little bit. So, I take cookies to the maximum. Can't stop eating cookies. What makes me think I can stop smoking weed and not do it all fucking day? Anyway, going off on a tangent. Let's see. The Real Effluence, what do you think of Tech Nine? His music is kind of opposite of yours, but I think you guys would make a dope track. I love Tech Nine. I always talk about Tech Nine and his skill set being one of the top of the game. And I've tried to make a song with Tech Nine. I tried to get him on 808 off of 80 Hertz back in the days, but he's a very hard guy to get on tracks. Very difficult, unless you're bigger, more well-known or in his circle. So I've tried to get Tech Nine on track, just didn't work out, man. Jesse said float tank gave you anxiety and I had to hop out. See, that's what I was afraid of. Being in the float tank and feeling like, oh shit, I got to get out of here. Yeah, you got to have your mind right and be in a good state, Bryce. I think you're correct. um, anyways, guys, come on, let's get some more questions. Give me some more questions, my friends. Or I'm just going to play beats. Hold on. Trying to find this one I like. Yeah, I like this one. This is loud as fuck, huh? Yeah, some of these beats, I'm like, am I gonna regret putting these on here? Because that's just kind of tight, man. Who's your favorite person to watch on the Joe Rogan Experience? You know what, Bryce? After being a Joe Rogan guy for some time, I haven't been listening to Joe Rogan in quite some time. So, and I never watched it. I always listened to it as a podcast. So it's been a while since I checked in with Joe Rogan. Sorry to disappoint you, sir. Zion and Eligh, could that be a thing? Could be a thing. You know, I just hit him up yesterday, Zumbi, to see if he wanted to do some touring together this upcoming year, like Zion and Eligh shows, where he probably, I was like, you headline, and I'll do like a 45-minute set right under you, and could be a fun little trip tour. Short, we're talking short tour, you know, nothing big. Maybe put Scarab on there. That could be fun. The Real Affluence. Would you ever rap on a beat made by one of us? If it was dope, why not? That, you know what? You just gave me an idea, the Real F, for a tier amendment. Maybe one of these tiers includes me doing a song for Patreon over one of your beats. So it would be a special tier. Maybe I do it for a limited time. I don't know. That's a kind of a cool idea, man. Would you want to be a part of that tier if it was like a fucking whatever, like $30 tier or something, or 25 or something like that? Or actually, I don't know, something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. I like it. Nestor, will you ever make another track with Andre Nicotina? Never say never, man. That was one of my favorite features that I've. It's the only feature I ever paid for, by the way. And I believe everyone should pay their fellow artists for jumping on a song if they're not, you know, like your brother, like homie. Because I don't know Andre Nicotina. Like I met him for the first time when he came to do the video with me, and he's a real cool, chill dude. So he's one of my favorite guest appearances I've ever had, and I would definitely love to do another song with that dude. Would you ever do a remix competition or beat competition for an album? Sadie, we've done remix competitions. Amp Live and I did one for Therapy at 3 and ended up with a really dope remix album of Therapy at 3, actually. And a lot of those remixes were really sick. So that's happened before and would be something that I might explore on one of my solo albums. It's a good idea. Yeah, I think it would be maybe it. Very good thing to explore. So you guys, these are the prints that I have made for this year's trunk sale. And as you see, they are numbered and signed, and there are 50 of them only. You can't see it because of the reflection. There we go. That's better. There are only 50 of these, and they will be at the trunk sale, and they're probably my favorite ones that I've done. This shit is so tight. It came out so sick. So this is another reason why you should get to the trunk sale, because these are one of the main items that I'll be pushing. If people aren't into them as much as me, then fuck it. Oh well. They will go up on sale for you guys before I release them to the rest of the public. But I want them to be all gone. Like, there's only 50. Like, I want people to come to my trunk sale and buy these up. But do you guys like these? You like them? They're sick, right? Cute, dope. All right, we got more questions. What do you like to do with your free time with your girl? We are very homebody type of people, but we like to go explore. We like to go ride bikes. We like to hike. We like to go to the movies. We like to go eat for sure. We're foodies. We like to go eat sushi a lot. We like to do a lot of things. Tonight, I'm going to a buddy of mine is celebrating 25 years clean. 20 fucking 5 years clean. And he's having a small dinner for his birthday. And my wife and I are going to go to that dinner, which I'm looking forward to. It's at a steakhouse. I might have to eat some beef today. I don't know. It might happen. Jesse, did you do anything for Halloween? Yes, my wife and I did. We went to my friend's house who has a 11-month-old cutie pie kid, and he had his first Halloween, and we went around with him and trick or treated. So that was fun. And the older kid, who is, how old is this older kid? Like 11, 10. So we had a ball walking around this neighborhood and trick or treating. That was fun. And then I watched football. Brad, do you skateboard? Asking because the shirt. Nope, never have. Never have skateboarded. I tried to when I was younger. Didn't like falling on my ass, and I quit. That's just me. I don't have the constitution to jump off shit and fall and break bones and shit. I was just like, nah, I don't like this. I'll ride my bike and write raps. That's my thing. In other words, I was a little pussy. Did I say that? How much is the cost, Ariel? The prints are $100. For people that show up in person, $100. But if afterwards, they'll be like 120 because they cost a lot to ship. They cost like 35 to ship through FedEx. So that's the cost of those. Your favorite sushi place in LA? It's called Akamura, and it is in Encino, and it is a tiny hole in the wall, and it is fucking bomb. Okumura. Akamura. The bomb. Nestor, well, you can get one, my dude. Oh man, stop. Went through the whole thing already. We've been talking for half an hour. Sorry, 50 minutes. Listen to this one. This one's kind of funky. Can't hear the bass. Did any of you guys listen to These Hands yet? Did any of you guys listen to Merce and Grouch album yet? Somebody. Because I listened to it, but not since it's come out. So I'm going to bump that shit while I clean up my room. Because I really enjoyed the album. I think it's dope. Jesse, did you listen to this shit yet? And Jesse's very, very opinionated. What do you think, bro? What do you think, bro? The real F. How long are you doing those painting packages for? Which one are you talking about, bro? Like the painting with the hat and the stickers and the vinyl? Cause you can do that whenever you want, man. Just hit me up, email me, ElighTattoos@gmail. I got you. Ariel, have to check it out when I'm there. Yes, sir. Brad, you like these hands? Good shit. Yeah, Jesse, you are correct. Light Up the Stage is about Kawaii girls, straight up. It's also about Maui girls. Dude, that song is hilarious, and that beat is dope. Bryce, you're still getting used to it. Yep. You know, you got to give things a few spins before you really develop an opinion about it. Triz, you liked it? Yes. And the real F, yeah. So I'll be doing those painting bundles for a while. Sean said, honestly, Merce and Grass together felt like they brought back some of the classic LL energy and vibes. Dope. That's a good response. The bass in Be Nice is amazing. Yeah, that's because Homeboy that made it is a fucking amazing bass player. He's off the hook. And it is 10 songs, right? And that's like the baseline for albums these days. 10 songs. Anything longer, people are like, this is too long. Anything shorter, it's like, this is the EP. Fuck, man. 10-song albums. The one I got with DJ Fresh is 10 songs on the button. And it's one of my favorite projects I've made quite some time. Merce and Eligh would be sick too, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather do 3MG at that point. I'm in Denver and most definitely at the trunk sale for when you come out here. Yeah. I don't know if I have enough goods to be taking the trunk sale on the road, and not enough people would show up. So in each city, LA being one of the biggest places is why that's why I do it here. Plus it's close to home, obviously. You've had the real affluence have had these hands on repeat. Dope. Oh, hello, Mom. Oh, man. Guys, it's about that time to shut it down and get on with our Saturdays. I hope you guys enjoyed this chat. It's been too long. I promise to be more up on my game. I'm real focused on the trunk sale right now. Before I get off of here, you know I got to give you that same old speech talk about how much you being a part of Patreon and staying a part of it, especially through these last 4 months, means to me. Figuratively and literally, I couldn't have survived the last 4 months financially without you staying and being a part of this. It's been so rough on me. I've gone into debt these last 4 months because I don't have health insurance, and that's my bad. But also, I haven't been able to work, draw, do anything. No shows. So without you guys, I'd have been absolutely fucked. Excuse my French, but I'd have been in complete trouble. Or I don't know what I would have done. I hope you guys stay with me for as long as I'm doing this. That's the goal. I hope to keep building, but we kind of fell off a little bit this month. It's to be expected. I got to really put in work to build it back up. And I want to thank you for being a part of this, man. Seriously. You can all hit me up if you ever have any questions or concerns or whatever. Message me on Patreon. I got you. Email me, whatever. And big love to all you guys. And I'm glad you guys really enjoyed that pin, because I plan on doing some more physical merch. We'll see what happens, what it's going to be, but I'm excited to do it. Enjoy your Saturdays. Go see a movie. Spend time with your family, your friends. Bump some new music. And love you guys, man. Peace out. Be good, guys.